Welcome back. In this case, in question number 5, we're going to talk about something that is sliding down an incline and force of friction can be now neglected. 450 gram, so that's 0.45 kilograms. That object is sliding down a 35-degree incline. All we have here is mgx, that is not contested by any other force, and mgy, which is contested by normal force. So our mass is given to be 0.45 kilograms. We multiply that by 9.8. That gets us a 4.41 Newton force of gravity. And then the y component of it at theta of 35 degrees, normal being mgy being equal to mg cos of the angle, which is in our case 35. So 4.41 cos of 35, 3.61, so 3.61 newtons. That is the force normal. Force of friction is non-existent, so that is taken care of vertically, so our object is in equilibrium. But down the incline, in this direction, in the OX direction, the object is accelerating because there is net force that equals mgx. There is no other force. So that's going to be mg sine of theta. In our case, it's going to be 4.41 times sine of 35 degrees, 2.53. And if that is our net force, then we can find acceleration using Newton's second law. Acceleration is in the direction of the net force, and it is directly proportional to it, inversely proportional to mass. So I take 2.53 and divide by 0.45, 5.62 meters per second squared is the acceleration. Now, I wanted you to make a shortcut for the solution of acceleration. So look at this magic. We said that net force is mgx. Net force divided by mass is going to be mg sine of theta divided by m. So it equals g sine of theta. Acceleration is equal to g sine of theta. That is your shortcut that I'm asking for in the next part. We can solve question number 6 without all the extra work. It's going to be the same free body diagram, and I can just use my shortcut and find that acceleration is going to be g sine of 42. With the increase in the incline, acceleration also increases. Acceleration is directly proportional to the sine of the angle of the incline. This is 6.56 meters per second squared. That's your acceleration for number 6. In number 7, we're going for real life, and we account for the friction. Massing up to 77 kilograms are going down an incline of 42 degrees, and mu static is 0.32, while mu kinetic is 0.17. Now, mu static is not going to count for us because the child and the sled are sliding. So I'm going to adjust my free body diagram a little bit to account for some friction here. So force of friction, and in this case, this is kinetic friction. Force of kinetic friction is going to be found as per usual mu kinetic times normal force. So it's going to be 0.17 times 77, 9.8 cosine of 42 degrees. This right here is your mg cosine of 42, which is mgy, also known as Fn. There you go. So that is going to give us the force of friction. It amounts to 95 newtons. That force of friction, which is right here, is contesting the downward drag from gravity. The downward drag from gravity is mgx. So that's 77 times 9.8 times sine 42 degrees, amounts to 505 newtons. Then net force is the difference between 505 and 95, which is 410. So that is the net force. Net force divided by mass is going to be acceleration. 410 divided by 77, 5.3. 5.32 if you want. You can stop watching here, or if you are interested in a shortcut, keep watching. I'm going to show you how we could have calculated it without involving the mass. So if I go for just the idea that net force equals mgx minus force of friction, dividing by mass will give me acceleration. Mgx is mg sine of theta, which is the angle of the incline, minus mu mg cosine of theta, all of that divided by mass. From here, acceleration is just g sine, which remember, that's the acceleration of something that is sliding down an incline without friction. But if there is friction, that's going to be mg cosine of theta. So your shortcut, you can do g sine theta minus mu cosine of theta, That's going to be your acceleration down an incline if there is friction. There you go. Thank you for watching.